Hello and welcome to another video by Debbie Loves to Colour. In today's video I'm just going to do a quick review on the Enchanted Halloween book. It's called Enchanted Halloween, a Whimsy Girls Fantasy Colouring Book. That's the full title of the book, and it's by Hannah Lynn. I do believe that this particular book's been out for a few years now. I'm not as sure entirely on the exact date that it did get released. But because we've got Halloween coming up and I've seen the question on social media pop up a lot about recommendations for Halloween books, so I thought I'd do my review on this book. This actual book, what I've got, I only actually received yesterday. I have actually got a PDF version of this book, but I've always wanted the book. And just before we get on to the review, my copy of this came bent. It was like folded in half, so I have got another one on the way, so I'm just using this book to do my review. And for those of you, before I start the video, who are not familiar with Hannah Lynn, and I know a lot of people are really familiar with Hannah Lynn, so if you could just bear with me, but for you that are not familiar with Hannah Lynn, she has got quite a lot of books already out on the market, and Hannah Lynn books typically feature, we all call them the Hannah Lynn girls, because her books are normally featured around girls with big hair and you've got the highs. So these books are good if you want to practice your eyes, your skin and your hair. I actually learned a lot from doing these. I actually only discovered Hannah Lynn about a year and a half ago myself, and I didn't have a clue about any of these books, so I know there is people out there that haven't. So she's got quite a few other books out, and the books are basically the same. They're the girls, but the books are different themes. So for instance, we've got the Enchanted Halloween, we've got a Christmas colouring book, you've got your colouring, you've got your, what have we now, we've got like Victorian darlings and steampunk and so on. So it's basically just the girls featured in different books, like different themes. And I think she has got the odd boy in a couple of her books, but not many. It's mainly featured around your girls. If you're wanting to get any information on the books, what are available and what she's got, just go to the hannalyn.com website, and there you'll find everything you need to know. You'll find all the books what she's got, and also her books do come in a PDF downloadable version. So if you're wanting them on better paper, where you can print them out as many times as you like, you have got that option. So I'm going to get on to the review itself for the book. So thank you for those who are familiar with Hannah Lynn for just bearing with me while I explain that. So coming on to the books, it's the same as all the other Hannah Lynn books, just a different illustration on the front. They are a glossy book, so as you can see it's got like a glossy finish. The books, the scent are really flexible. It's kind of got like a glossy magazine finish to it. You've got the illustration on the front of some of the pictures what are actually featured in the book, and then it's just got the 30x2 fun pages, so you're getting 30 illustrations but you're getting them twice, which I also love about what she started doing in most of her books, where she's giving you the same illustration twice. So if you make a mistake on one image, you've got it again to colour. Even if you just wanted to do the same illustration but in a different style. So I think that's really good. So we've got the back of the book, and again we've just got some illustrations what are featured inside of the book, and then you've got a bit about the book itself. And then coming on to the inside of the book. Now on opening the page, I'm seeing it's like a whitish paper. It's not a brilliant white, it's like an off-white. You've just got your title page of the book, which is Enchanted Halloween, and you've got some Hannah Lynn girls trick-or-treating, just dressed in the costumes. The paper itself, for those who do not know, it is thin paper. I think it's just a little bit thicker than Create Space paper, but the images are on one-sided pages. So with mediums, you're not going to have a problem because you can just stick a couple of pages in between your work. When you're working, stick a couple of pages inside the book, and then you're not going to get that bleed through. It's just going to go onto the pages what you've put in between your pages what you're colouring. And on this first page, we've just got some little thumbnails, and these are just the little thumbnails of the pictures what are featured inside the book, and they've just got the names of the illustrations. So we've got like our first one here, which is Vampirella. I'm not going to name them all. Then again, onto the next page, we've just got some colouring tips from Anna Lynn. So she's recommending that you stack a few pages if you're using felt tips in between your pages, and she's just on about pencils in different mediums. Me myself, I have used Prismacolor Premier pencils, I've used Castle Art, I've used Black Widows, and I have used gel pens in these. I think I've used Stickles, and I have used water paints in them. But if you're going to use water paints, with it being thin paper, I'd just really use as less water as you can for them. So, coming on to the first page, we've got our Vampirella. And then we've got a simple background. So we have got a background, but it's not too much overly detailed, so it's quick to colour in. And we've obviously, she's a vampire. And we've got our lovely Hannah Lynn girl. And as you can see, we've got the big hair and the big eyes. And again, like I said, we've got the double illustration. And then coming on to the next book, we've just got our Hannah Lynn girl. She's like next to a big cauldron, and obviously she's a little witch. She's got the hat and the simple background again. Then we've got our lovely Hannah Lynn girl. She's in a lovely dress. She looks like she's at a kind of Halloween ball party. So as you can see, the backgrounds are pretty simple. They're not too much in details. So if you don't want to spend hours colouring in a background, these are the books for you. And also with Anna Lynn books, if you just pop over to Facebook, I will post the links in the description description box below for everything what I've mentioned in this video. But if you do pop over to Facebook and look up Hannah Lynn's whimsical adult colouring, or colouring for adults, yeah, Hannah Lynn's whimsical colouring for adults group, and in that group you've got they do post the coloured pictures of all the books featured throughout Hannah Lynn's books, so it's like a mixture of different books. They do weekly colour along challenges in that group, which is quite fun, where they'll post a few images, and then you pick the image and the one with the most votes, that colour along for a week. They do have a lot of Halloween challenges, like last year it was make a ordinary Hannah Lynn girl into a zombie out of one of your books. And I think this year they've done an Halloween challenges where they're turning a character into one of the scary movie, like an horror movie character. So there's a lot of fun things happening in that group, so I definitely recommend checking it out. Coming back to the review, we've just got the Hannah Lynn girl here, and she's like part owl, and then she's just like in a tree. We've got the lovely moon background, and it's like a night background. And then we've got a more enlarged image of the Hannah Lynn girl, and she obviously looks like she's a half zombie, and we've just got a very simple background. And if you need to practice your hair, I think this would be really good. A really good picture to do that way. So here we've just got a landscape view, and we've just got a simple illustration. We've got a Hannah Lynn girl in a pretty dress. We've got the simple background, it's got the spider, and then we've just got the pumpkin. So a simple, really simple. I reckon you could, if you didn't want to spend hours colouring, I think you could just really fun quick pictures to do some of these. And then again we've got a lovely Hannah Lynn girl. She's in like a simple cloak in woods. We've got the lovely moon, so again you could do this bit lit up, and then you've got the lovely lantern. So I'm imagining you could transfer some of that colour from the lantern onto the side of her face to make her look like she's lit up. I think that'd look really well. So they are good for practicing, and if you do go on YouTube and search in Hannah Lynn colour alongs, you're going to get loads of colour alongs and tutorials. So if you are wanting these, they really are good to practice with as well. So here we've just got our witch picture again. We've got the moon, and obviously again it's going to look lovely in a night background, and she's just sat in a branch, and we've got the little cat. And then again, we've got the lovely moon, we've got the wolf, and she kind of looks like a little Hannah Lynn werewolf girl. So again, adorable. They do really look nice coloured in. I've seen a lot of these coloured in, they look really lovely. So again, we've just got more of a landscape view, and then again we've got the lovely giant moon in the background because she's flying on a broom. In here we've just got a scarecrow girl. So they're all lovely, really cute pictures. I do love this one. She looks like a kind of fairy princess, but without the wings. She's got like a little princessy kind of dress, and she's got a little wand. And then we've got the trick or treat. We've got the giant moon in the woods. So I could imagine again that this is going to be lit up, and then it's going to light some of this walkway up, which I do love. I do like my night backgrounds. And then coming to this illustration, it looks a bit more simple. The girl ascends a bit more simple. There's less detail in it. The background's more plainer. And then again, we've got another landscape view, and we've just got a lovely Hannah Lynn fairy girl. And then we've got the pumpkin, we've got a little cat hidden there, and then we've just got some hay and a little mouse. And then she looks like a kind of little cat girl. We've got the little cat there. Another thing with these books, if you notice, the line art is really thick. It's not too fine. So if you are one of these like me that have got really clumsy hands and you go outside of the line a lot, I think these books are really good because the line art is thick, so it's harder to go over the lines. And plus the image itself doesn't go into this, the spine of the book. And for some reason this picture's giving me a Wizard of Oz vibe. I don't know why, but it is. And then again, I've seen this done. I've seen it done in green skin, purple skin. I've seen some really lovely pictures of this done. And then we've just got another landscape view one, and she's just basically sitting in, like it looks like some kind of forest woods, and then she's just got her animals around her. And then we've just got another simple enlarged illustration. You've got a lot of space, kind of spacey large areas to colour in this. Even the background's pretty spacey, so there's none of that little detail in this picture. I do love this one as well, and again it's going to look lovely with the moon illuminating the dark sky. And then we've just got our little Hannah Lynn dressed as like a lovely little witch, and then she's got a broom and another simple background. So they are really fun pictures to do. And then here another landscape one. We've just got like a fairy. We've got a Hannah Lynn fairy, and she looks like she's in a pile of leaves, just messing about. And we've got a little cat popping up here. And then I do like this one as well. It's another one of my favourites. And then we've got another Hannah Lynn girl. She's quite larger. We've got just a simple background. She's like baking, but for some reason this reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. I don't know why. I think it's the style of a dress. I do imagine this has got nothing to do with Alice in Wonderland. She's just reminding me of a picture I've seen. And then we've got our mermaid scene. So we've got some underwater mermaids as well for Halloween, which I think is nice because you don't normally see that. And then we've got this one, which is, I believe, I have seen this done on YouTube, and I think it's like they've made her into like a ghost pirate. So she's quite greyish, and it's really good. And I do believe, I might be wrong, I think it's Dreaming Colour, and she's done a tutorial, or she's done a colour along of this picture, and it is really nice. Definitely check that out. And also with the moons and the night sky, the starry night backgrounds, if you're wanting any inspiration or tutorials from them, I know Colour with Claire has recently done a moon tutorial, and it's really good. I'm going to be following it myself. She's also done a night sky, starry night background tutorial as well. So definitely check out them videos. They're really good, really helpful. And then here we've just got our Hannah Lynn girl, and she looks like she's on some kind of wall porch. Like, she looks like she's just outside of her house maybe, and she's kind of got like bat wings, I'd say they are. And then we've got another underwater scene, so she's like half out of water. Now this is a bit different. It's really enlarged, and there's a lot of space to colour in. So if you like doing big spaces and no details, Hannah Lynn does feature these kinds of pictures in a book. I think she likes to try to include different illustrations for everybody. These myself, I prefer to do the background, and I prefer to do the different details. Personally, I don't like colouring loads of space, but for the people that do, these illustrations are perfect. And then if you notice, we've got the trick or treat illustration, what we're on the front of the book. So we've just got our Hannah Lynn girls, and again, I think this would be lovely with stickles, glitter pens. I think it'd look really nice done that way. And then yeah, so that's really all there is to this book. Like I said earlier on in the beginning of the video, Hannah Lynn's books tends to be the same style. They're basically featuring the same style girls, but just in different situations and different themes. So I'd definitely check her out. I do believe that all the books, I'm actually from the UK, and I think that this book was £8 to £9, so it were under £10, which is, I think it's an affordable price. They are affordable. I think the prices of the books are good for what you get. They are really fun to colour. At first I used to be intimidated colouring in people, but I learnt a lot from these books, and like I say, I do use them to practice on the tutorials and that as well. So yeah, definitely give this Halloween book a try if you're looking for a fun Halloween book, which is suitable obviously for all ages. I would definitely recommend it. Now, if you've been following me other videos, you'll notice I've been doing my colour-alongs for the Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And I think, let me just get the title, A Fantasy and Art Adventure. I've been doing the colour-alongs for the Skeleton Magic, and I believe that I'm up to number 5, the 5th part of the colour-alongs. If you keep an eye out, I'm going to be getting the part 6 out there next week. I've just been really busy and haven't really had a lot of time. I've been working and just like obviously life gets in the way, so I haven't really been doing a lot of colouring lately. So anyway, we aren't rambling on. Thank you for watching this video. Sorry to the viewers that are familiar with Annalyn. Again, I apologise for rambling on and everything, but for the people that are not familiar with Annalyn, I just wanted to get as much information out there as possible. These books are also available on Amazon. I am going to post all the links in the description box. So I'll post the link to Annalyn's site, the Facebook group, and the Amazon link where I got this book from. So you've got all the information that you need if you need to go and look it up. So again, thank you very much for coming to watch this video, and I hope you all have a good day, evening, wherever you are. And thank you again.